A very hearty and a pleasant good morning to you all, dear students. Today I am going to start with the third chapter, that is ruling the countryside. Now children, you know what happened on 12th August 1765. The Mughal emperor, that is Shah Alam II, he made the East India Company as the Diwan of Bengal. So after that, after becoming the Diwan of Bengal, the company he became the whole sole chief financial administrator of the territory of Bengal. Now, secondly, what happened after that? Now the company officials, they understood that the important aspect of expanding their base in India was to control the administration also of the country, and side by side they wanted to rule the countryside, and they wanted to enjoy the authority and the prestige also. So company, now they wanted to be careful, and they never wanted to annoy the people of the area, that is Bengal. Thirdly comes the growth of the revenue, how the company expanded the financial territory of their side. So what they did initially, at the beginning, the company, they were only interested in collecting revenue. So they came here, as you know, to trade with India, and for the other expenses they also need finances. So company now was at present not interested in setting up any regular system of assessment and collection. They were not interested to assess how the revenue comes there. They never wanted to collect the revenue also. So revenue was enough to double the purchase by company within 5 years. So within 5 years, what happened? This revenue, it was doubled at that time by the company. Now the next come the growth of the problem by common people. Now the common people, what happened over there? Bengal economy, it was facing a deep crisis at that time. So how? What was the reason behind it? So here the artisans, they were forced to sell their goods to the company. Is it clear? At a very low prices. Artisans, as you know, the craftsmen and all, they were asked to sell their products at a very low prices to the company. So what happened due to this? The people starting deserting the villages, leaving their villages, and peasants, they were not able to pay the dues also. They were not able to give their money also back to them. So whatever the production was made by the artisans, it started declining, and the fame production also declined. And so what happened in 1717, there occurred a terrible famine in Bengal, which killed 10 million people over there. Now comes the Robert Clive at that time. Okay, we'll see what was the things which were brought by Robert Clive over there. As you can see here, that Robert Clive, he was accepting the Diwani of Bengal by Shah Alam II. Now as you know, Robert Clive, as you know that Robert Clive, I'll show you over here. He was also known as the Clive of India, and he was the commander-in-chief of British in India. Okay, a British officer, and he was a soldier of fortune who wanted to establish the military and political supremacy of East India Company in India. So together with Warren Hastings, and he was one of the key who created the British India over here, and also brought as Tory members of the parliament in the Great Britain. Now modern Hindu historians, they have criticized him for his atrocities, the torture which he had done with the Indian people over here, and side by side the pillaging of the treasures which occurred in Bengal and India due to high taxation and the insultation which was made by the colonial people by these colonists over here. After this, the revenue of the company, I am going to deal further, that is the permanent settlement. Now children, what was the permanent settlement? Now, as you know, that company officials, they began to feel that investment in land had to be encouraged. Okay, that investment in land has to be encouraged. So company finally introduced the permanent settlement in 1793. Okay, so in order to improve agriculture and improving investment in land, the permanent settlement was introduced in 1793. Now, what is permanent settlement? I would like to tell you over here. Now, according to this settlement, children, the Rajas and the Talukdars, they were recognized as the zamindars over here. Okay, राजास और जो तालुकदार होते थे उनको यहाँ पे ज़मींदार्स बना दिया गया था. And now these zamindars, they were asked to collect rent from the peasants. ठीक है, they used to, because already I told you that they were not interested in collecting and assessing the land over here, collecting taxes and assessing the land over here. So what they did, they made the zamindars to collect the rent from the peasants, and after that they have to pay revenue to the company. Now the amount which they have to pay to the company, these zamindars, it was fixed permanently. That means it was not increased in the future. So it was felt at that time. इससे क्या होगा, कंपनी को लगा कि अब नाउ रेगुलर फ्लो ऑफ रेवेन्यू विल बी देयर फ्रॉम द जमींदार्स टू द ब्रिटिश पीपल, एंड साइड बाय साइड द जमींदार्स वेर आस्क्ड टू इन्वेस्ट इन इम्प्रूविंग द लैंड ऑल्सो. लैंड को इम्प्रूव करवाना भी ज़मींदार के सर पर था. सो रेवेन्यू जो डिमांड थी स्टेट की वो अब इंक्रीज नहीं हो सकती थी. सो व्हाट हैपेंड, द जमींदार्स दे हैड अ ग्रेट अपॉर्चुनिटी, दे स्टार्टेड बेनिफिटिंग फ्रॉम द इंक्रीज ऑफ द प्रोडक्शन फ्रॉम द लैंड. नाउ देयर वाज सीरियस प्रॉब्लम विच इरप्टेड बिकॉज ऑफ द परमानेंट सेटलमेंट. ये क्या प्रॉब्लम्स थी, आई वुड लाइक टू डिस्कस ओवर हियर. नाउ चिल्ड्रन, व्हाट हैपेंड, it created, this problem also created a created problems for the company officials. And how? Because when the company officials, they discovered that zamindars were in fact not investing. the zamindars, जो भी उनसे बोला गया था कि आपको लैंड के इम्प्रूवमेंट में इन्वेस्ट करना है, तो कंपनी ऑफिशियल्स ने देखा कि ये ज़मींदार्स जो है अब इसके अंदर इन्वेस्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं, लैंड इम्प्रूवमेंट में इन्वेस्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं. एंड रेवेन्यू भी जो है इट वाज फिक्स्ड एट सच अ हाई लेवल दैट ज़मींदार्स जो है दे फाउंड इट डिफ़िकल्ट टू पे एट दैट टाइम. ठीक है, जो रेवेन्यू थी वो भी इतनी हाई लेवल पे फिक्स थी, तो ज़मींदार्स दे हैड अ प्रॉब्लम टू पे द रेवेन्यू. सो ज़मींदार, दोज हू वर नॉट एबल टू पे द रेवेन्यू, उनकी ज़मींदारी उनसे ले ली जाती थी. ओके, व्हेन दे वर नॉट एबल टू पे द रेवेन्यू, द ज़मींदारीज वर टेकन अवे, एंड बाय दिस वे न्यूमरस ज़मींदार्स जो है दे वर सोल्ड ऑफ एट ऑक्शंस ऑर्गेनाइज्ड बाय द कंपनी. इसलिए ज़मींदार जो नहीं करवा पाते थे तो उनकी ज़मींदारी छीन ली जाती थी, और साथ ही साथ जो है कई ज़मींदारी जो थी उनकी लैंड्स जो है कंपनी उनसे छीन लेती थी जब वो नहीं पे कर पाते थे. लेकिन व्हाट हैपेंड, सिचुएशन चेंज्ड इन द फर्स्ट डेकेड ऑफ द 19th सेंचुरी. हाउ द सिचुएशन चेंज नाउ, अब क्या हुआ, प्राइस राइज हुआ, कल्टीवेशन में एक्सपेंड किया इन्होंने. ठीक है, दाम बढ़े, कल्टीवेशन में इन्होंने एक्सपेंड किया, तो ज़मींदार की जो इनकम थी ये भी इंक्रीज़ हो गई. बट ये जो इंक्रीज़ हुआ था, ज़मींदारी में ज़मींदारों की इनकम इंक्रीज़ हुआ था, बट कंपनी को इसमें कोई गेन नहीं मिला. क्यों गेन नहीं मिला? द रीज़न वॉज क्योंकि फिक्स्ड रेवेन्यू सिस्टम था, क्योंकि कंपनी ने फिक्स्ड रेवेन्यू दे दिया था कि भाई 100 रुपये में से 90 रुपये तुम हमको दोगे. अब वहाँ पे गेन 100 रुपये से ज़्यादा हो गया ज़मींदार को, बाकी एक्स्ट्रा पैसा ज़मींदार के पास, कंपनी को वो फिक्स 90 रुपीज़ जाता था. नाउ उसके बाद ज़मींदार जो है दे वांटेड टू अर्न एज मच प्रॉफिट एज दे कुड, एंड उससे और साथ ही साथ अपने प्रॉफिट के बारे में ज़मींदार सोचते थे, बट दे वर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन इन्वेस्टिंग इन लैंड एट दैट टाइम. सो दे वर वेरी मच हैप्पी टू लीज आउट द लैंड टू द टेनेंट्स को अपनी लैंड लीज पे दे देते थे, और वो बड़े खुश रहते थे कि पैसा हमको तो मिल रहा है, अच्छा पैसा. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंड, सिस्टम whatever the steps they were taken at that time. So if in the villages what happened, the cultivators, what they found the system very oppressive at that time. ठीक है, it was very oppress करते थे लोगों को, टॉर्चर करते थे. अब whatever the rent जो peasant ज़मींदार को पे करते थे, it was high, और उनकी जो राइट्स थी लैंड पे वो भी इनसिक्योर थी. ठीक है, लैंड पे जो राइट्स थी वो इनसिक्योर थी, कभी भी उनसे लैंड छीन ली जाती थी, और जो इनकम भी होता था, जो उनको इंटरेस्ट पे करना पड़ता था, वो भी बड़ा हाई था। सो इन ऑर्डर टू पे द रेंट उनको क्या करना पड़ता था, लोन लेना पड़ता था मनी लैंडर्स से, एंड जब व्हेन दे वर नॉट एबल टू पे द रेंट टू द मनी लैंडर्स, उनको लैंड से, उनकी ही लैंड से हटा दिया जाता था। दे वर एविक्टेड फ्रॉम देयर लैंड, जिसको कि वो जनरेशन से कल्टीवेट कर रहे थे, काफ़ी जनरेशन से अपने दादा परदादा के समय से जिस लैंड को कल्टीवेट कर रहे थे, ड्यू टू दिस परमानेंट सेटलमेंट उनकी वो लैंड भी उनके हाथ से ले ली जाती थी, बिकॉज दे वेर नॉट एबल टू पे द रेंट टू द जमींदार्स और द मनी लैंडर्स. So this is all about the permanent settlement of Bengal. So children, read here till page number 29, and I am going to start with the new system, that is the Monroe system and the Mahalwari system in my next lecture.